Your brain is not addicted to pleasure. It is addicted to getting paid early. That is why a boring task can feel painful after 10 seconds, but a short video can steal 40 minutes without asking permission. The problem is not that you enjoy your phone. The problem is that your brain has been getting paid before it does any work. Before you think, it gets a notification. Before you feel bored, it gets a video. Before you struggle through a task, it gets music, food, messages, tabs, likes, and another tiny hit of novelty. Then you sit down to do something meaningful, and your brain acts offended. Why is this so slow? Where is the reward? Why do I have to wait? That is easy dopamine. And to be clear, dopamine is not just a pleasure chemical. It is part of how your brain learns what to chase, what to repeat, and what is worth effort. The real damage is not dopamine itself. The damage is training your brain to expect reward with no patience. So this video is not about becoming a monk or hating fun. It is about 7 ways to reset the deal your brain has with effort, and number 2 is where most dopamine detox advice fails. Number 1. Remove the cue before you fight the craving. Most people try to use willpower while the trigger is still sitting in front of them. That is a losing setup. You leave the phone on the desk, open the laptop with 10 tabs, keep the snacks nearby, and then blame yourself for being weak. But your brain is not weak. It is responding to signals. The first reset is boring but powerful. Make the bad choice less visible. Phone out of the room. Notifications off during work blocks. Social apps away from the home screen. Browser tabs closed before you start. Not because you're scared of technology, but because you are done letting random cues negotiate with your attention. This sounds too simple, which is why people skip it. Then they try to fight a craving while holding the trigger in their hand. That is not discipline. That's bad design. Number 2. Stop rewarding the first 5 minutes of discomfort. This is where the reset really starts. Most people quit a task at the exact moment their brain is being trained. They open the book, feel resistance, and escape. They start writing, feel blank, and check something. They begin studying, feel slow, and decide they are not in the mood. Your brain learns fast. Discomfort means exit. Reverse it with a 10-minute rule. When a hard task starts, you are not allowed to switch for 10 minutes. You do not need to finish the task. You just need to teach your brain that discomfort is not an emergency. At first, 10 minutes will feel annoying. Good. That is the old training complaining. If you only remember one part of this video, remember this. The first 5 minutes decide what your brain thinks effort means. Reward escape, and effort becomes the enemy. Reward staying, and effort becomes survivable. Number 3. Make effort give you visible progress. Easy dopamine wins because it gives quick feedback. A task like studying or building a skill often gives delayed feedback, so your brain calls it unrewarding. You can fix that without lying to yourself. Use a visible progress marker. 1 page written. 1 problem solved, 1 paragraph understood, 1 workout set completed, 1 focused timer crossed off. The point is not childish tracking. The point is teaching your brain that effort has a finish line. Your brain likes loops closing. Give it cleaner loops. Number 4. Protect the first hour of your day. The first hour is not magic, but it sets the price of your attention. If the first thing your brain receives is short content, messages, outrage, and other people's priorities, normal life feels dull by comparison. Breakfast feels slow, work feels gray, reading feels ancient. For 7 days, do not give your first hour to the highest bidder. No short videos, no scrolling in bed, no checking everything before your feet are properly on the floor. Replace it with light, water, movement, planning, or silence. You are not trying to be perfect. You are setting your brain's reward baseline before the internet sets it for you. And if the first hour sounds impossible, that is not proof you need the phone. That is proof the phone has been training the hour. Number 5. Use boredom as a bridge, not a punishment. People talk about boredom like it is a disease, but boredom is often the doorway between cheap stimulation and original thought. When you remove easy dopamine, your brain will not instantly become peaceful. It will first become loud. It will ask for something, anything, a video, a snack, a tab, a message. If you stay there for a few minutes, something changes. Your mind starts producing instead of only consuming. This is why walks without audio work. This is why shower thoughts happen. This is why ideas appear when your brain is not being constantly fed. Give yourself one daily boredom window. 10 minutes. No phone, no audio, no input. Just a walk, a notebook, or sitting with one question. Number 6. Attach reward after effort, not before it. Do not start the work session with entertainment and hope it turns into discipline. It rarely does. Put the reward after the action. 25 minutes of work, then coffee. 1 chapter, then a video. 1 workout, then music or a meal. Not as punishment, as order. Your brain is always learning sequence. If pleasure always comes before effort, effort starts to feel like an interruption. If pleasure comes after effort, effort becomes the door. That is the whole game. The next rule is what turns this from a temporary detox into a real identity shift. Number 7. Choose one hard thing to become familiar with. Easy dopamine makes hard things feel foreign. The reset is not complete until your brain has one difficult activity that it meets every day. It could be lifting, coding, writing, studying, reading dense material, practicing a language, building a business skill, or deep cleaning your room. The activity matters less than the pattern, repeated effort with delayed reward. Do it daily, small enough that you can repeat it, serious enough that your brain respects it. After a week, you may not feel transformed. Do not look for fireworks. Look for a quieter sign. The hard thing feels less insulting. That is progress. So here is the 7-day dopamine reset. Remove cues. Survive the first 10 minutes. Track visible progress. Protect the first hour. Use boredom. Reward after effort. Choose one hard thing. This will not turn you into a different person overnight, and it will not literally make you fast from dopamine. But it can change the training your brain receives every day. And that is what matters. Because your attention is not lost in one dramatic moment. It is trained away by thousands of tiny rewards you did not choose on purpose. Choose better rewards. Put them in better order. Then watch your brain slowly remember that effort can feel good too.